Good morning, Zodiac. I'm David. It's Tarotmylove. I do the morning quickies for the 10th of June. I don't think it's the eclipse yet. And I'm out here with a very special on the beach. I should start calling it the Palapa edition because I sit at a Palapa at the beach club. And by the way, using ethereal tarot. Just put that out to remind me to let you know. And the eclipse is, I'm going to clarify it with that if necessary, guys. And anybody's interested in the tarot, I got this. You can see this is small and it's big, and probably I won't end up confusing them, which otherwise I very well might. Shuffle a little, put some energy on them. Dog barking's not a problem. They're having dog wars. It's Mexico. And he's actually barking at another dog. So really just doing his job. That's how you gotta look at it. And if they're doing their job right under your window 24 hours a day, then I'm Sagittarius, I just move. Right. Alright. Or good. It's very still, quiet. There's not a lot of air right now. Thank God there's not a lot of people. It's about a half hour, maybe after the dawn. I need to get a little bit of light out here because this is the natural, I call it the Gaian outdoor studio, and it's kind of like a privilege. Thank you, Mom. I met the Gaian mother once. It's heavy. But it's a privilege, so I get to use it, and we get to use it, I guess. So it's a heck of a backdrop. And 10th, you know, this is, we had the lunar eclipse, like 26, and now this, and whatever's been going on in between, it's been turmoil here at the Palapa with the readings. This, I think, is what we're going to be going into a big cycle with here. Pretty much everybody, even the world. It's an interesting time to be alive now. Things are popping, you gotta say. God only knows. Imagine the next 10 years we make it, just that kind of medical technology is going to come up, all the positive things. This man's not to fuck ourselves, you know. Of the world, kind of America's, that's the biggest example. It's like, I've always known I'm the biggest problem in my life. There's nobody ever screwed me as hard as David did. So with that, so if I just get out of my own way, that's 90% of the problem right there, right? Which I'm working on. So. But at least I know. Some people don't get that. They think 90% of the problem is somewhere else. America, you gotta go stomp on them. It doesn't help you at all. It makes things just so much worse. Plus, it's mean. All right, Aries. We'll start now with the morning quickies for this 10th of June, 2021. This is your energy and around love. Look at Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That's nice. When you got the 10 of Pentacles here, I think, like you're feeling safe, you're feeling secure. Often I think it's not exactly love energy. It can be someone, to me, that's single. If it speaks to someone that you're in a relationship, you're somewhat feeling very stable in the relationship. Pretty much going to mean that finances, or that you're secure. Yes, physically secure. So yeah, finances. In the real world, you know how that's going to work. It's a good place to be in if you want to be in a relationship or get in a relationship. But now what's crossing you is your King of Pentacles. So this is interesting. This could be a earth sign person, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn person who's this is a classic block. I keep getting kings right here. I mean, Jesus, only 4 in the deck, or queens. So 8, but out of 78, but they come right here in the crossing position, and also called blocking. So with this, like a block, and there's like someone there. The kings and the court cards are people, so it's a mature person. They're very much related to your energy, though. So if this is a couple, maybe your spouse somehow holds more of the power or something. Maybe that dynamic's changing, but then again, this is crossing you, so maybe not. It'd be more like they're withdrawing you from the pentacles from you. That kind of energy. I mean, if it's not directly money, then being that it's involving pentacles, it's going to be something substantial, not going to be subtle, okay? it's going to be like, I'm sorry, I'm going to go, from now on, I'm going to sleep in the guest bedroom because, you know, you snore. But, you know, it's really something deeper. I think, too, it could be just totally ghosting you, blocking you if you're not together. I mean, if you are together, it can be that energy. I'm sleeping in other bedrooms, kind of we'll be together, but I'm just going to completely, like, withdraw my energy from you and the relationship, or maybe the marriage here. And this is your advice from Spirit. Yes, it is because of a third party. I mean, this is like so basic. It's going to be hard to complicate this right now. You know, because that's like so obvious right now. Three of Cups. So it's like you must not know this, you know. But you might not be real intuitive, Aries, honestly. You could be, this Ten of Pentacles too, it can be stuck energy, but I don't really mean stuck. I mean really stable to the point of where it's going to be really hard for you to see a problem like this. If they make some effort to hide it, meaning an affair, okay? Because like you wouldn't see it coming, you know? You're thinking everything's cool, you know? But maybe they've been giving you the cold shoulder. That should be a hint here. Now, if this is someone else, I mean, if this is not a live-in arrangement, they 100% blocked you and they're out doing other people. And that's why. I think it's just pretty cut and dry. Let's see the outcome here. The Lovers here. Choice was made. Yeah. I think this is talking about your person, and I think they made another choice. And because it's the Mirror, and because things could always be reversed, definitely could be you making another choice. You know, when you consider that this is in the advice from Spirit, and it's the Three of Cups, and it's the advice for you from Spirit, okay? And here's your challenge. So this earth sign person who's giving you the cold shoulder, blocking you, whether you're apart and they're just blocked you literally on social media, or they're sleeping in the guest room and not really engaging with you in a meaningful way. Kind of your advice here is you need to consider that other option. I think this other person that you're interested in could be a Gemini, and look for the bigger reading. You're already up for mid-June even, and I do have it in the playlist now. So punch in the couples reading, the heart spread, and it's a little bit bigger. I have a feeling I might go into this a little bit more. But I would say, like his advice with the Three of Cups, you know, hey, I'm not giving you advice to cheat or anything, but kind of like the universe is, you know, the universe is saying, yeah, you know, I often see the Three of Cups too. It's just an energy of kind of loosening up. And I said that Ten of Pentacles can be being tight, being rigid, that kind of thing, controlling, whereas the Three of Cups is like letting go, letting your hair down. And so you're being advised to do that. And maybe when you do that, you know, that's when you run into this Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and you know, you're gonna fall in love. It's the Lover's card. It's gonna be good. Like it, Aries. Thank you guys. Taurus, thanks for joining me. I'm David here. We're doing the Morning Quickies, a very special on the beach edition. It's a nice quiet morning. I think the butterflies have kind of gone through now. I think they're heading like across the. It's hard to imagine across the Gulf over to America, or what would be the western side of the Gulf of Mexico into that northern part of Mexico. So here we are. We're going to pull one. This is you. Ten of Cups. This is your energy in and around relationships, where your mind and heart is at, guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I should add, for the 10th of June. Big day today, the eclipse. It's not happening yet. So we're getting... it's coming now. I mean, the eclipse energy's big. It's happening. You're seeing it in readings I have for, goddamn, seems like months. Definitely this last week. But look at you. You're in the energy of love, of feeling fulfilled emotionally. You could be in a relationship that's very fulfilling to you. And this is, when I see this here, it's like, why would you even watch a tarot channel? You know, reading. Two of Swords. Well, there's some reason, because that's what's crossing you. You're thinking about something that you can't get out of your head. maybe can't make a decision about. You think of the reverse sword, Two of Swords. Now you're really stuck here. Excuse me. I always think of this as, I just don't know what to do. You're saying to yourself, I just don't know what to do. And after putting a lot of thought into it, and to other people, I just don't know what to do. This often is isolating, so it's crossing you. So you could be in a relationship, I'm thinking, and you're kind of isolated. There's just you and your partner, and maybe you don't have a lot of people to reach out to come into mind. And now that's saying what's crossing you. So if there is anything crossing you. Now, this is the advice from Spirit. Excuse me, this is raw encouragement here. This is like the star. It's like, wow. Aquarian energy, maybe look at your chart, see what's going on there. You know, I tell you what, you got Saturn there, and it's square in Uranus in Taurus. So that's energy for a lot of us. It's kind of wrecking the foundation where it's not solid. It's kind of like, this is the year of the Tower card. Think of it like the Tower card, bringing the tower down. But it's always for the best, you know. So, but in this case, I mean, you're being very much encouraged here with the stars, hopes, dreams, wishes, fulfillment. I always think of it too. I like to keep in mind that it's a manifestor card. So I get the feeling with this, it's like saying you can have your Ten of Cups, like you can do it, you can manifest it, and it really, you don't have to have this block. Now that you're aware of it, if you weren't before, you know. Um, you don't have to stand in your own way, even if someone else stands in your own way. Um, you know, you believe in it. That's the main thing with manifesting it. And I don't see a person yet. We'll look for your person here, other than there could be someone that's kind of disparaging, disbelieving, Nine of Swords. I still don't see a person here. And why I think you're being given encouragement here, okay? And by encouragement, this is saying, like, rest assured that you will have your Ten of Cups, you know? Basically, you already have your Ten of Cups. It's manifested, right? It's coming your way. It just hasn't hit yet in the real world. And, you know, you do have to, with the Nine of Swords, you do have to do some grieving and letting something go. I think it's really like that. It's like if you want the Ten of Cups and you want to manifest, you know, you have to let go of something. And I think what really needs to be clarified, you know, you must know what needs to be let go of, but the Four of Pentacles, huh? So I think this is the Klimt art deck. I think with the Four of Pentacles clarifying what has to be let go, you have to let go of security. You have to let go, like, of the physical. This could be too, Four of Pentacles, in terms of you're trying to manifest. This could be important. You have to let go of control. Like, everything that you do, manifesting, is like the Sagittarius. Think of it like the archer. It's all here and getting ready. Breath work, the workouts that you do before to keep your body in shape, because all of that tension and all of that aim is really about muscle control and everything too, not just hand and eye coordination. So that's all. But once you let that arrow go, you can just walk away, because now it's up to, you know, fate, it's up to spirit, it's up to, you know, divine timing, you know, about the target, you know. And so this is too much worrying about trying to hold on to, trying to control the manifestation and worrying. And I think what really is clearly coming through is your energy be better spent kind of really letting go of something in the past that got you good. Because I don't even see a person here. You might have someone in mind. But it's like, if you want to get there from here, it's just a matter of really going in and letting go. Maybe doing a little bit of that shadow work in the form of just feeling the feelings. And it's sort of going to take your focus off of your manifestations, what I'm saying. I call it the walk away. Word for it. It's like, I'll put it out there and then I'll try to walk away. I mean, I'll just deliberately try not to think of it, which can be hard for me. And so a lot of times I'll just immediately pick up, start reading a very complex article, usually on astrology these days, last few years, and just really get into it. And I'll find myself being able to walk away from my manifestation, my desire, and that's something like that going on. Thank you, Taurus. Wow, it was a good one. Gemini, thanks for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the Morning Quickies, very special on the beach edition for this 10th of June, a big day with the eclipse coming. I didn't look up the time because I really don't want to know. That's how I decided to play it. I don't know, for me it's a lot more giving myself to the universe and not trying to go. We just got through this with the Taurus, not trying to control it, things, Gemini. But Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Gemini, give me like, thumbs up, appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't, if you have any interest. Very regimented. Yesterday we did the Libra and Virgo, and we do that every Wednesday. Today we're going to do Scorpio, Libra and Scorpio. I'm sorry, we did Leo and Virgo yesterday. That's always on Wednesdays. And Thursday's always Libra and Scorpio day. So that's, I do a heart spread, a little bigger reading, and for someone's on your mind, and a super singles reading for single every week on Thursday. So here we go. This for you, Gemini, coming in with the Nine of Pentacles. That's really good energy to have, you know, and a happy bachelor. So somebody's cross-watching. No, they don't need you. Really, I think what this implies, you don't need someone emotionally or physically. You don't need them to help pay the bills or that kind of thing. You know, they buy you a drink, you know, you might send it back, say, you know, I can buy my own drinks, baby. Oh, what do you think you're dealing with here? Can be someone who's just single, too. If not, you're in a, like they always say, this is a great place to be in if you want to be in a relationship, right? You're single and you're happy in yourself and you don't need a relationship. And now the mythology is, I call it mythology, I'm not so sure about this. That's when the perfect one comes in, right? When you're like busy saying, and you're going to, I guess then you would say no, but apparently no, you say yes. So crossing you, Four of Wands. So think of a Four of Swords in reverse here. Maybe you're single like this, you're in this energy because you are kind of healing, or with this being in reverse, maybe you're not kind of healing. Maybe it's kind of the way you're dealing with something is by sort of not dealing with it. But I think with Nine of Pentacles implies that you're actually doing you and taking care of yourself, and implies that you're having self-care and you're fulfilled and happy. So it's like, if this is how you choose to deal with it, so be it, because I really don't think this is the other person. But it might have a little energy to this. It's crossing you because it's something best dealt with, however you deal with it, and to have it behind you. And something about relationships. And I just get the feeling like, kind of when this is finished, you know, maybe then you'll be more open to a relationship, you know. Not that you have to have one or anything. It's just you may find yourself like all of a sudden like, you know, maybe I wouldn't mind going out with someone now. Now this is your advice. And the Ethereal Tarot really emphasizes the collaborative aspect here in the Three of Pentacles card. And you see they're really thinking. I always see this as your friends. Now you're coming in with this Pentacle energy here, Gemini. And Gemini's, you know, known for having friends and stuff. You're the least likely sign to ever like self-isolate. And Four Swords can be self-isolation. So if you've been doing that, that's death to a Gemini. You guys got to butterfly around, man. Or, you know, you got to obey. I think we got to live our sun sign energy, or we wilt. So these are people coming in to helping you. They very well could be earth signs. I say they because probably more than one here. And it could even be three. And this could be all part of what I was just saying. At some point when you feel like you're getting through this Four Swords, you may find yourself kind of having some interest in dating again. Or maybe it's not dating, it's just getting out. You know, but I see you make it now. You know, this could be even business stuff too. But The point is, you're going to be, this is kind of a solitary energy, the Nine of Pentacles. Like, I got this, I can do this, I don't need your help. And this is collaborating, okay? Maybe this is where you meet your lover. You know, you could become the voluntary director of the local SPCA, and you got to meet with your people and guide them and everything. Now, Seven of Swords is the outcome. And I want to clarify this with the Klimt deck here in the Fool. Seven of Swords with the Fool for clarification. I don't know why, but Spirit, when I get stuck, I'll put my glasses on. Boy, I can see so much better, especially the art deck. This is an interesting Fool. This has to do with shame, this one's just so obvious there. You know? It's like a shame about being different or something. And I'm trying to wonder if this is a warning here of someone that's coming in. This is often where we see the other person. Might have Scorpio energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, who is in some way deceitful or misrepresenting themselves, is what I get. And then coming in with the Fool, it's like this is someone's going to come in like really obviously. I don't think this has happened yet. If this has happened, you're already gonna be going, oh my God, that, you know, so and so, because like everyone would look at them not as the Fool, but as someone that really stands out, is kind of brazen and fearless, and maybe a little immature, like a kid, the way they'd blurt out something like, you're fat, you know, or your titties are huge, you know, or something like that. This kind of person, you know. And I think that's what this is advising you, to be cautious of this person. I'm sorry, it's not exactly the traditional Fool, but it's like this person like misrepresents themselves. That's the word I get, because they're not the Fool. They act a lot stupider than they are. So in the way they act, it may seem like it doesn't make any sense, and you might end up just dismissing it because it's like, there's no sense to it, and you're like, I'm not going to waste my time even wondering, this guy's just nuts. No, I think like they're not. They're crazy like a fox. Gemini. So there you go. That was an interesting one. Let me know, you know, as you go forward here, who this crazy like a fox person is. And they may be acting like that too. Deep down, they carry a lot of shame. You know, always try to be I'm not trying to bust anybody's butt. Everybody's got their journey. There's just many paths to the mountaintop. But if they're coming into your game, something you're trying to get out there, get yourself out, you're doing something serious, working with Pentacles, you're not playing games. And this person's coming in, you're looking at them odd. And I just, if you're in charge, just tell them we don't need your help. Move them along. People like that, you don't want those people attaching to you, man. It's like bad energy. You just like, I'm sorry, but let them go attached to someone else. And God forbid, it's like, a hot potato. You don't want it, man. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, so we're going with Cancer. Thank you for joining me. I'm David. It's a Morning Quickies. A very special On the Beach edition for June 10th here, guys. And you might could hear the waves back there. They're coming in. There's hardly any wind. It's just a barest fetch out there. So here we are. It's kind of momentous energy right now with the eclipse. I think that's cloud cover. So I've made myself not look at this one. I want to kind of just experience it. I've looked at everything between the 26th, where it is in my chart, which is Gemini, Cancer. So, we know it's a big deal. But this is your little daily quickie reading, just for the 10th. It's Libra Scorpio day for my bigger readings I'll be putting up, always on Thursdays, guys. You're coming in with the Hanged Man energy. So, that's the timeout energy. When I see it here, I swear you had this before. I don't know if it was yesterday. Or maybe it's in your bigger reading. And feel free to have playlists now if you haven't. Go look at the heart spread if you're thinking of someone. If you're really single, or you want to see what it'll be like if you really open yourself up to being single, we have the Meet the Soulmate reading. We do Gemini and Cancer on Tuesdays, so it's up in the playlist. So when you're taking a time out, usually I like to think when I see this, it's probably because you're seeing something that you don't understand. You're seeing kind of a red flag, but you can't quite put your finger on it, or you're not sure if you want it to be a deal breaker red flag, or if it's something, and maybe this is the energy too for me. Like sometimes I don't even know how to talk about it. Saying I have a Cancer moon, well, you're really good at emotions and all this, but sometimes it goes so deep that just to bring it up to the level that I can wrap my thoughts around it coherently, it's like it's literally like below the level of articulation, even in my mind. So it could be something like that, deep feels, and you're trying to get a handle on your own feeling here about this person. But again, if you're in this hangman energy, you're concerned that there might be a reason not to move forward, or you wouldn't hesitate. Um, Crossing you is the Tower. Wow. Well, that's pretty clear. So at this point, if you're not in the midst of a Tower moment, I'm not sure that the Tower's in the future. The Tower, I hedge my bets. Because I was going to say, if you're not in Tower moment, click next. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But you could be very close to it, and maybe this is why you're in a hangman energy, maybe very intuitive, and you kind of feel it coming, and you want to distance yourself a little from it in a preparatory way, emotionally here, detach, because it's coming, and like you're like telling yourself, well, fuck off. I've been through these towers before, and I'm just going to get out of the way because when it falls, I don't want to be right underneath of it, basically. Now, your advice is the Moon. All right, so Spirit's saying there's something hidden from you. Again, I think we already know this, but now Spirit's saying it's important. Saying, I feel like God talking to me right there. Thank you, Spirit. I can't because maybe you don't know. Maybe you did sense that there's something going down, okay? And you don't know what it is. That's the Moon card. And we're going to have to clarify this out until we figure out what it is. Queen of Swords. It's a beautiful Queen of Swords. What it is. God, I don't want to become this reader. It goes this way, but this way the cards keep going. But Spirit wants us to see what's going on here, what you're not seeing. So we have a Queen of Swords, okay? Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus energy. And the beautiful Queen. So this is someone older. They're going to be kind of somewhat substantial. Like if you see them or how you think of them or how people think of them, they don't think of this person as a kid or as a girl or it could be a boy. I mean, it shouldn't be gender, but though it's swords here. But there's someone, I believe, it's kind of elegant and a little sophisticated and who speaks their minds like you would think, a Queen of Swords would do. And someone who no doubt has strength, And I think Spirit's trying to tell you that this is the person that's bringing the tower down, I gotta say. I mean, this is your person's lover. In the Page of Cups, is looking right at the reading. Not sure what to make of this, Spirit. This Page of Cups is offering the cup to the reading. It's a very different energy from this Queen. And so different that I don't think it's your person. And I don't think it's anyone, that would be interested in this Queen. I don't think a Page of Cups would even approach this Queen. This someone, think resting bitch face. And, that this is the kind of person, let's say it's a woman. she sits in a bar. It's very beautiful. But there's something about her that's kind of intimidating. And there's going to be only the real hot shots, those real dominant guys that are going to throw themselves at this flame. And they're mostly going to singe her wings and die in the hot wax beneath their feet. What we're dealing with here. And Page of Cups doesn't have a chance here. But you're going to be dealing with this tower here. Now you know why it comes down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And with Page, it's emotional communication coming in, and I think it's help. And it very well could be a younger water sign, another Cancer, Scorpio, Venus, Sun, Moon, rising energy that comes in and offers you real support and love, and this could be a person kind of down the road because they might not be so young. It might be representing a new offer of love coming in. But man, right on top, this is like as the tower crumbles and you're reaching out like you might do, we all would do. Here's the person coming in. I mean, and they're Johnny on the spot, and they're very sincere. Pages are sincere. Take their help if it resonates with you. There's nothing bad there, and I think like a potential there for more than just a emotional connection, which you probably sorely need right now, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Wow. Leos, thanks for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the very special Morning Quickies on the Beach Solar Eclipse Edition. I don't know if it's eclipsing right now. I didn't look. I want it to be a surprise. I'm not even sure if it's hitting right here on the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico where I am. Okay, guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Leo energy. Here we go. Name of light and love. So it serves the greatest good. What can Spirit tell us about love relationship energies for our Leo friends today? Here we go, guys. Something positive. No, you're not feeling it. You're like, Dave, I don't know even more why I'm watching this, Dave. I don't even care about relationships, David. I'm so done with guys, David. I've just had enough. Women, I don't understand them. Please, no more women, You're a woman, you're like at the cat lady phase. You're like, that's it, I'm getting cats. I understand cats. I don't really expect a lot from them, and they sure shit don't expect a lot from me, and I'm just done. Queen of Cups. And that's crossing you. This is going to directly speak to a water sign person, Leo, Cancer, Scorpio person, Pisces person. And there may be, let's see, reversed Queen of Cups. They withdrew their emotions from you. So I'm just trying to think of how, if I'm getting any hit on the exact scenario. You obviously know what it is. I don't think this is a future position because you're already feeling this. So this has already happened. And, this could be the energy where you're together and they just really give you the cold shoulder. And it's like, you know what, we're just going to sleep right now and I really don't want to talk to you. I want you to leave me alone. And then they get up and go to work and nothing's said. I mean, it could be like really the cold shoulder if you're together. Honestly, I'm being Scorpio. I'd just soon be apart. I can't deal with this, right? But if you're apart, someone just flat out could have broke up with you, and that's why you're taking it as this energy of like, well, fuck it, I don't want to play anyway. Take my ball and my bat, and I'm gonna go home, and I'll play baseball here with the rocks, really being kind of done feeling. Now, this is your advice from Spirit. Now, as an advice from Spirit, the Magician is, man, it's kind of like a get out of jail card, free card. I think it kind of means that the Spirit is telling you, if you believe this way, but basically if you want to believe it and it resonates, you want to accept it, say hallelujah, make a comment, or just say to yourself, say, yeah, I accept it. It's like you can make anything you want of this, Normally I wouldn't say this. I try to not just put myself in everything, but boy, if someone treated me this way, I don't know, I might make an effort, but it's saying if you want to, you can turn this around. You can literally turn their cold shoulder around. into a beautiful love, because there's nothing bad about the Queen of Cups. I mean, if you turn this around into the regular position, so most totally available person, and warm and loving, and all of the good stuff that I think you wanted from them, maybe you had with them. So it's kind of on you with the Magician, but you would have to turn your head around, because part of it is using your cups, using your emotions, and that means you'd have to emotionally feel like, I want this. I'm emotionally able to forgive them. I'm emotionally able to open to them, be vulnerable with them, and you'd have to use your mind. You have to really think this through. Make sure dotted all the, especially Mercury retrograde, dotted all the T's, crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's. Any resources you might need, you would be using it, and then you'd have to be willing to take action. So that means to me that yes, you can take control of this, but you'd also have to take action, which means you'd have to go to this person, and I think you feel like, kind of like fuck them, like you didn't do anything to start this in the first place, and why would I go to them? But saying you can, if that's what you want to do. Queen of Pentacles. This showing up in the position of your person here. So Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Someone can have water and earth in their chart. And I told you, if you turn this around, this is someone that would totally show up for you. And there's very, very, and also she has like a pinnacle, like it's willing to give to you. So it's something solid. It's saying you could even turn this around into something solid, I think. And it might be that, in order for this relationship to work, maybe for both of you, whatever it was that happened, needs to be really drilled into. Maybe, you're kind of turned away from it and saying, fuck it, I'm not going to deal with this. And I think this being your challenge is your person turning around saying, fuck it, I'm not going to deal with this. And you're both emotionally blocking it. And you could be together or apart, it's the same difference. And I think it's something important, because if you make the effort, you turn this all around and you end up with someone that's there for you in a big way. Like, this is a life partner. This is someone's going to stay with you forever, and someone that's solid. I would think someone you would want. No, a man or a woman, just because it's a queen doesn't matter, guys. Thank you. So, Virgos, here we are on the 10th of June, this momentous day of the eclipse, doing the morning quickies. I'm David. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgos, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, I do appreciate it. It helps me a lot. So here we go. This is you showing up with the Empress energy. Now that's nice energy to have. So you'd be looking pretty. If you're a guy, looking hot. This is kind of energy, like if people are going to be drawn to you. Your friends might be saying, man, you're looking good lately. People at work might say, hey, you've been working out, and give you a wink. Also, you'd be feeling like you're vibing pretty high, I think, with this Empress energy. You'd be someone that's feeling right now like you're kind of in control, and you're fertile, you have enough, you feel abundant. Kind of with the Empress energy, I like to think of it like if the genie showed up out of the bottle. When you're in this energy at the highest level, you might say to the genie, it's like, you know what, I'm good, I don't really need anything. Can I defer my wish to that fellow over there? Looks like they could really use a wish right now. So it's pretty badass. Now crossing you, fighting. So think of it like the Empress. Ain't nobody gonna be fighting with the Empress. She's got like soldiers all around her, unless it's intimate, unless it's in the bedroom chambers and they're alone. So, and the only way the Emperor and the Empress is ever vulnerable is in love. Honestly, mostly if you look back, the way they end up getting killed is going to be a lover, because they're the only ones that get close enough to them to kill them. Right? They're so protected. So what's gotten to you, Virgo? is a person that you've let into your heart, And this would be speaking to a stable Virgo, obviously. Uh, Probably someone with a little age. If not, if you're a young person, is unusually mature for your age. People will know that about you and say, they're very mature. And that's what's crossing you right now, and it's wreaking turmoil. No surprise, it's the eclipse of the sun today in this incredible Gemini energy. Two of Pentacles is your advice. So this is like you need to balance this, and it's like you need to balance this. So like whatever it takes. And the Empress is kind of naturally balanced. So it's sort of like, it seems to me like it might have to have something to do with your person. Like you need to say with them, I need you to tone it down. I need you to go away. I need a little time. Because your advice, you really need to bring things into balance right now. And a lot of what the Empress is too is harmony. Okay, it's Taurus energy, it's Venus energy above all else, and that's harmony. It's the opposite of Mars, which is what? War and strife, turmoil, and all of that. And Venus energy is, love and harmony and beauty and art and the divine feminine energy. And it's like someone's trying to knock you out of that with this fighting and stuff. And, what's the queen? These are coins too, and you're a Virgo. So I think it's like something practical. It's like maybe saying to this person, I don't want to talk about it anymore, or saying to this person, I don't want to deal with it anymore, or saying to this person, I need you to go stay at your mother's for a while. You know, let's see. The outcome is the Knight of Swords. Um, I think this is you doing this, being very direct with them. I still don't see a person here. I'm not sure. There could be an air sign person here. Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, if you're going to look at that. But I think this is more about you. And when you do this, you could draw in someone with this energy. Maybe someone supports you in this. But I think this is you saying, bringing the sword down, being very decisive, taking action to restore balance in your life because you don't have it. You know, you had it, you should have it. Balance is the way you are. You're a balanced person. But this person's disrupted it, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get it back. This is a strong word here. This is a demand, ultimatum. Think of it like that, guys. So thank you, Virgos. And here we go, Libras. Right, Libras. This is David, and we're doing the Morning Quickies Special Beach Edition on the 10th of June, day of the eclipse here. I literally didn't look. I had to hold myself back several times for exactly when it hits, if it does here. I'm on the Yucatan beaches of Mexico, so we'll see. In a lot of ways, I'm deciding to just kind of let things ride and give up a lot of control right now because I need to get my energy back, and I think that's one way to do it. Just try to stop, let go of anything I don't need to control, which is a good thing anyway, right? So here we are, Libras. This is you, Two of Wands. You're looking, and he's high up in the tower. Usually the Two of Wands, you're on the ground, your little backpack, and you got two paths in front of you. So think of it with this deck, the Illuminated Tarot. Kind of emphasizes the aspect of this card as being a choice. And it's a choice of action still, though. So you have a choice of two different actions that you have to take. This could be stay or go energy, right? Should I stay or should I go now? You're up there kind of humming to yourself at the top of the tower, kind of looking off. Should I stay or should I go? I really like to know. Wow. Oh, this is not good because I love this card. This is the Jim Morrison King of Cups in the Illuminated Tarot deck. um, the Ethereal Illuminated Tarot. And it's like my favorite card ever. It so much looks like Jim Morrison. I always think of the dude too because of the drinks always in his hand, the long hair. And he's got his little Pisces fish necklace on there. So it gives him a Pisces flair. So, with my favorite King of Cups being in reverse, I gotta think this is your person, you know. So water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Very well. I hate to always say this is Pisces. It's like the one king is sitting on the throne. The one King of Wands in this deck sits on a throne with the lion's head throne. Is that always going to be a Leo? I don't know. I kind of call it. Um, but it emphasizes that energy. And honestly, I think this is ghosting because that's what Pisces are famous for. I'm going to kind of go with it because it's King of Cups reverse too. So what's King of Cups reverse? It'd definitely be ghosting. You know, someone be otherwise. I mean, you'd almost. You know what? King of Cups reverse. The good part of it would be ghosting because the bad part of it would be emotional abuse, just in like narcissist level, like a good narcissist level that knows how to like make you crazy, like they're good at it and take pleasure in it type of thing. So really you got to think like someone like this ghosts you, it's probably for the best. But I get the feeling like this is in your crossing position, and maybe that's why you're not really walking up to making this new choice yet, because you're still dealing with this energy. Maybe you're like waiting. Look, he is kind of waiting too down there. So you're kind of hesitating because I think maybe you know it's not going to happen, but maybe you're thinking they're going to come back. And there's this weird thing about Pisces, you know, particularly Venus, you got to think, with a Venus Pisces person, you know, that they kind of walk away from love. I've heard this and seen it happen, trust me. But they say, like, if they come back, then they're yours. But they very often will do this thing where they kind of withdraw. I think it's when they're get heavily involved in like the romance phase, and as soon as they see a crack in that and they realize that your farts do stink, you know, they might could withdraw, and then they need time because isolation, 12th house, to think on their own, and work through it. And for them, I mean, time's kind of different. So you might be thinking like, Jesus Christ, it's been a week. I think we're done, you know. And to them, it's like they're seriously considering. I don't want to give you false hope, but I get that feeling. That's kind of what you're hoping, that they're gonna call you back, hit you back up, you know. Now this is your advice. Eight of Pentacles. That's to take. That's work. Build something. Do something. It's a really great card. Really captures the energy of it with the ethereal tarot illuminated deck here. Doing the good work. We're kind of leapfrogging this person though. What's going on here? Let's get an idea. And with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, clarifying the Eight of Wands. I think it's doing the work of letting this person go. Maybe it's hard for you. Like you really want to. With the Two of Wands, like you've walked right up to letting him go. Like in times you're like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done. But there's just something in you maybe that's really hoping that they're going to get back to you here, Libras. And what this is saying is that, you know, this is the work of relationship work, which is of cutting ties. I mean, having a psychic or someone come in, an energy worker that can do this and cut the ties spiritually. And maybe even doing a ceremony where you write down or write on the back of a picture is one I like. And do, you know, it's up to you, but I think you do. I release you to your greatest good and the love and light, and only for the greatest good. And I release myself from this energy, and you know, and then burn it and toss it, the ashes in the water, you know. But by making a ceremony out of it, it might seem silly to some people, but it helps our unconscious, I think, you know, make it happen. And it might not happen that day, but you might find yourself, when you do this, you can break a cycle, ages long, that's been in your life, right? But that's the kind of work I think that's being called up. And that will bring a stability to you, um, that I think is what you need here. Because this person may have really thrown you off for a loop, you know. That's like I said, this can be a really destructive energy. Someone that almost, well, it can be like a malignant narcissist. They deliberately, like a drill sergeant in the Marines, deliberately breaks down the ego and stuff, ostensibly for the good of rebuilding a soldier that may survive the battlefield. They may do something like that. And so this work becomes so important. It is work. It's kind of like putting yourself back together, giving to yourself, giving alms to yourself, and taking all of your energy, putting in yourself, and bringing yourself back together fully. And then from there, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go, Libra. In fact, today, also you'll see up the heart spread I do, and that's for when you have someone on your mind. Libra, it's a little bit bigger energy, might speak to you here in a bigger way. Always consider personal reading. I'm open. I got a feeling you're at a point. We also do the singles reading. I do, and you might like that. Might hit you because it's just going to describe your person. So maybe keep that in mind, because maybe I got the feeling like there's a period here where you're kind of in between relationships, maybe something, but someone's going to be coming, and that singles spread, meet the soulmate. We'll talk about who that might be, guys. Thank you. Scorpios, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the quickies here, special on the beach edition. This is for the 10th of June. So, have a sip of coffee. Pulling through the deck, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Scorpio. Appreciate your likes, thumbs up. Really appreciate subscribing if you haven't. That's helping a lot, guys. Thank you. And this is you, Scorpio, the Sun, where you are in terms of love and relationships today on the 10th. And I don't know exactly when the eclipse is. I'll know it when it starts happening. It's kind of like watching the cards. No, looks normal right now. It's a little shaded coming through the bamboo slots. And we're on the Yucatan beach of Mexico here. The butterfly migration, I think, is basically over. There's a few lingering. So you're coming in with the sun. I mean, it's all kind of good energy. You got to be feeling really good about yourself. You're at an up cycle. It's feeling physically good, feeling sexy, looking good. People are telling you that. People see it. You're glowing. You're glowing. And Ace of Swords. Crossing you, there's definitely something that needs to be said. That's what that's about. And this is the advice. So there's something that needs to be said about the Seven of Pentacles. Is that classic energy of calculating your crops, your benefits ratio. You did all this work over the summer, put all this time in, maybe all day, in caring for these crops, and now you see what you've got and what your return is, and you're making that measurement. And the fact that Spirit is saying this as advice is, I think, is like really important, and really does speak to what this is, because it's crossing you. So maybe you don't want to look at this. Maybe you don't want to see this. You might be feeling so good right now that it's like think of the noonday sun, how it just obliterates all shadows. And it's like, so right now you're at this place where you don't even want to see any shadows, even consider the fact that something needs to be considered here. Let's see what the outcome is. Wow, Seven of Cups. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so this is can be emotional confusion, emotional turmoil. Turmoil's been a word on my mind this morning. It should be my theme for the day, but it might be more my thing. I'm seeing a lot of turmoil in the last week, especially in terms of these relationships readings. But could be your person too. So I think your person emotionally has been possibly in an emotional relationship, or they just could have been emotionally withdrawn from you and emotionally connecting in a way that's toxic, triangulating somehow, meaning maybe they're taking the emotions that most properly belong with you in a relationship, and they're giving them to maybe more than one other person here, Scorpio. And that's the kind of thing. It's like they they talk to someone that's a friend, maybe not a lover, and say, well, he does this and he doesn't do that, and the lover, their friend might tell them, well, goddamn, why don't you talk to him about that? If they're a good friend, don't tell me that, tell him that kind of energy. So, and I think that's what this talk is going to be about, and it doesn't have to be a real big deal. It's just something that has to be dealt with. Um, even though life is great and you're feeling great, you got this other person in it, and something going on with them. So you just have to consider it. And I think with the sun, you'll shine light on that, because you look at that card, it's kind of dark. That's a dark Seven of Cups, and once you shine your light on it, I think it's gonna basically go away. Put it that way. Thank you, Scorpio. Sagittarius, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies on the beach. This is for June 10th, the special solar eclipse edition of the Quickies, and for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Sag. This year, energy Sag showing up in terms of love and relationship, Three of Swords. Okay, well, this is the card that kind of means tarot. So, iconic card. Always keep in mind their thoughts, swords. If you know nothing about tarot, mucho bad. This is the energy in this spread, which designates kind of how I'm reading it, right? In this first position, it's like your energy Sag in and around relationships. So, right now, if you're not someone, because this has already happened, this is right now, this is not a future thing. If you're not in the energy of a breakup situation, this is not your reading. Check out Moon, Rising, and Venus, maybe. But yeah, I hate to see it, and I'm sorry, guys. I definitely know how it is. Now, let's see. Wow, this is not good. So, man, I don't know. This could, right so far, I mean, you don't even have to know tarot. Again, these cards, like they read themselves. There's the artwork. Now, 4 pillars. This is about a long creation, actions, or wands. 4 wands, I mean, okay? The building of a long-term, stable relationship or marriage. The building of. That's what's crossing you. That's what's reversed on you. And so it's very clear. You're in heartbreak because the loss of a long-term committed relationship or a marriage. And I'll be more specific, it might have been one that was in some process of still being built. But I think with the 4 of Wands, it was substantial. We were at least living together. And maybe you might be, I love the term natural marriage. You might have been, if you weren't actually married in what would be called a natural marriage, or really this speaks to a marriage situation, right? So let's get the advice. Wow, Spirit's like full speed ahead. Okay, so this is the advice from Spirit. And I believe, we have angels that fight. Archangel Michael, that's their job, fight evil. Okay, so I don't, I'm not Gandhi. This everyone's free will, and it's all about how you resonate with all of this. But I got to tell you, just in the most literal sense, this is Sagittarius, time to start fighting for divorce, time to lawyer up. It's time to get serious, time to take action. The time for consideration. And honestly, it's kind of like that energy of, this is not the time to cry, and this is not the time to be weak. This is the time to be strong, and this is the time to be angry, and this is time to take action. That's a lot to unpackage right there. Let's look at the outcome. God damn. I know. And you're going to walk the fuck on away with this. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm a Sagittarius. I'll cry when I die. And I get it. This fight is over. Goodbye. And you're going to, whatever action needs to be taken to get the fuck on out, you're going to take, because it's goodbye time for Sagittarius. Powerful reading on the eclipse, the 10th of June, guys. God, thank you, Spirit. Wow. Capricorns, thanks for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the Morning Quickies, a very special beach edition on June 10th, the day of the eclipse energy. All right, it's at 19 Gemini, I believe. Check it in your chart. I know what it is for me. Tearing me up, man. I've got 4 plant Sagittarius. All right, you should be aware of where Gemini is anyway in your chart, because as an astrologer, like the North nodes there, been there for a while. Will be for a little while longer. That's always a big deal in your life, wherever that is in your chart. It'll be saying something to you. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your energy. 3 of Wands. You're on a dating site. I call that my dating site. I want to have a dating site called 3 of Wands Dating. That's kind of a long-term goal. It's probably one of them things never going to happen, but an astro-based dating site. You know, I've thought of it so much, and there's even such things. And the problem is the database with these things too. And you know, people have to actually know there's at least the Sun, Moon, Rising. And I gotta tell you, man, I want to know the Venus. Give me the exact time. Now I'm not in a computer person. I hope someone's doing this. Someone that can write programs and stuff. Given right times, AstroSeek has this, but I don't think they need to take it to the next level. And, you know, maybe they just need to flat out charge, and then, you know, because, you know, if I can do it, a computer program could be trained to look at the synastry, and synastry's tough. It's not always a lock, but there's a certain point where you can look at synastry and go, holy shit, these people have a fantastic chance, and there's just all kind of positive energy going on here, and it certainly could elevate the chances, that's for sure, even though I don't see synastry as a lock. But on and on about dating. If you're not on a dating site, you're looking, you know, Capricorn. Yeah, and what's challenging you? Maybe you haven't moved away yet from your other person, because this is in the challenging position, no? So this is you, like you're still in a relationship, no judgment. If you're not, tell me, because comments are good for me. It also helps me to know, like, if I'm not connecting with the readings, right? But I think there's someone but they're one, so I think you haven't left. Like, you're in a relationship of some kind, and you know it's time to move away. You're about to move away. 6 of Swords can be slipping away in the dead of night, so brings in some strategic thinking, kind of like the 7 of Swords can, because swords are thoughts now. So this is you making plans and figuring it out, and you know, you obviously have reasons for this, you know. So I don't know what's going on with your person. Let's see what your advice is. Wow, the Chariot. Now this is fantastic advice. I mean, damn, as a Sagittarius, I couldn't ask for better advice in this situation. Now look at the stars. You're riding through the stars. So with the advice from Spirit, it's like it's okay to be going away. Whatever you got to do, the dead of night, whatever. Suitcase, taxi, slip out without a goodbye, and leave a note, whatever you got to do. Because this is serving your greatest good. You're going to be connected with your highest self, with your life purpose. You'll see this in your natal chart. We're just talking about the nodes of the moon. Your nodes and your natal are relevant. And, you know, maybe you sense here that you're not connecting with yourself. You're not being true to yourself. And that's why you have to go out and look, you know. But it's very positive energy I see with the Chariot. It's giving you kind of carte blanche, you know, not only permission, but advice. Yes, please go. Get on your Chariot and fucking ride. But make no mistake, it's going to end up in transition and transformation and just change, guys. Obviously, it's going to be a change because you're going to be in another situation. Could bring in Scorpio energy, too. You might see coming in Scorpio people, or your next lover's a Scorpio kind of energy. Tomorrow I'll do the mid-June. We already have up the beginning of June, first half of June, reading for you guys, Capricorn. You might want to look at the heart spread in the singles reading, because they're a little bigger on the playlist there on the channel. Might speak to you in more depth about this, the nature of this change. Don't look at it as bad. You're being advised to do this. You know, this is the Chariot. Of course the Chariot brings this, because this is about our soul's purpose. Like, I remember the first time I really was sincere. Oh, Spirit, I want to be a spiritual person. I want to follow the spiritual path. And it was like an avalanche of crap I had to deal with. Because Spirit said, oh, thank God, and it brought and got me going. And I was just so kind of bitter about that for a while. I'm like, God damn, I don't know why I had it in my head like a spiritual person be all happy and roses and flowers. It's like, tricked me. But, okay, Capricorns, thank you guys. Aquarius, thanks for joining me. This is Morning Quickies. I'm David. Very special beach edition. This is you on June 10th. What a card to get on the day of the eclipse here. Think Jupiter, 1 degree Pisces, the Jupiter card. Think winning the lotto. Not that you're going to win the lotto. This is the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. They always say it normally turns in your favor. Very much so, I think, in this position. This card emphasizes, I think, the unknown aspect of it. You know, that it's faceless, you see. This is not human energy. This is fate here. This is divine timing. Divine timing comes to mind very strongly. So if you're in this energy, Aquarius, you might well have some sense of this yourself. Some sense that you're at this place in your life that's kind of momentous. I keep saying today is momentous. This eclipse. A lot of changes going on. But you might be feeling it like something's coming. But I tell you, man, you're not going to know what it is. You just got to be prepared to accept what happens. Page of Wands. This is crossing you. You know, could be you. It's like hesitating to take action. So, you know, God helps them what helps themselves too. And even with the Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't necessarily mean that we can just sit around and smoke a bowl and do absolutely nothing and then win the lottery. We at least got to go buy the ticket, you know. And with the Page of Wands, it's kind of like a unwillingness to take action here, Aquarius, you know. Which is curious since, let me clarify. I don't know why you'd be unwilling to take action. The Hermit. Oh, interesting. So now clarify with the Klimt art deck. So you're unwilling to take action because you're in this hermit mode, but that's what's crossing you. Okay, dudes. Thank you, Spirit. You're done. Come out of the cave. That's what this is. It's crossing you because you're being told you spent enough time. And look, this is karma. And this is good karma. And this is the season of karma. Saturn's full retrograde. Jupiter, matter of days, week. Jupiter retrogrades. Jupiter really brings the karma. 1 degree Pisces. Take a look at that, your chart, Aquarius. And what this is saying is that you know, this is like, you know what, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you believe this or not. It doesn't even matter if you watch this reading right now, I don't think, because this is coming. And it's because you've been doing the work as a hermit, meaning you've been pointing the finger at you. You've been taking responsibility, owning your own shit, growing inside, doing the right thing. And something good is coming. Help me, Spirit, with something good. That's the bottom of the deck, Spirit. No, that Spirit's like, it's on you. 4 Pentacles. That's okay. 4 Pentacles. This is advice from Spirit. Part of what's going on, too, you might not have a lot of money. That's okay, too. That might be taken care of. But this is the energy because it's advice. As you're being advised to hold tight, you know, don't take any extra chances. If you buy a lotto ticket, you buy 1 ticket. You don't need more. This is like, seriously. Don't go and spend your 401k and buy $100,000 worth of lotto tickets. You're going to win, you're going to win. So that's kind of what this is saying. Hold on to your coins because I think something's coming. Play your cards close to your vest. Keep your energy to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your arms and hands inside the ride at all times until it comes to a complete stop sometime soon. Yeah, maybe after Mercury retrograde clears its shadow, Hierophant. And this is who you're moving to. This is what's coming in. Someone really solid. Yeah. Someone really solid, because I think this is where your person shows up here. We might be looking at Taurus energy. This is going to be someone who comes in, and it goes with the Wheel of Fortune. These major arcanas tagging here, beginning and end, very important. This is going to be putting you in touch with someone who's very powerful, It may be someone who has more money than you do, higher social standing, I gotta say. Someone who seems kind of even like maybe intimidating. Um, so, but this is the person that's coming in for you. And I think what they're going to see in you is this, that you know yourself, you don't project, you're solid. And this is you being solid. This is kind of you getting yourself solid, getting yourself together, focusing on yourself, this Four of Pentacles. I feel like it's in preparation, as if you know, but maybe you don't know, but you know. And it doesn't matter if you know, this is like coming. I mean, it's going to be all kinds of good. This is your good karma that you got for doing that hermit work all that time, Aquarius. I know that is not easy. And it's the best work almost we could do. Get ourselves right and get the world right like that, right? If everyone gets themselves right, the world will get right. It seems like the more we try to make the world right by doing something outside ourselves, the worse it gets. That's the devil's trick. But the hermit knows that, and I think you know that, Aquarius. Thank you, guys. Pisces, thanks for joining me. David, we're doing the morning quickies for June 10th, the momentous day of the solar eclipse here. And it's for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Pisces. This is you, the Fool. I love it. You're coming up as the Fool. This is your energy in and around relationships, where your mind and heart is at, and that's being wide open, zero, arcana. This could be you starting a new phase, a new journey, starting life. This is the newborn baby. And if you're in this energy, so right now, then likely when you're in this energy, you get your friends coming in, and they're harshing on you, and family and stuff. You could be acting differently. They may see it as irrationally or something. I'm not going to say this. It's love, though. It's a love response. So um, they may see it as you being too quick in love or something like that. But you're the Fool, so you don't give a fuck, right? The Emperor. Now this is what's crossing you. I got a feeling this is a younger person, and kind of what's crossing them is like their dad. Real strong all of a sudden. Maybe that's just one person. Um, and even if you're not physically younger, you're going to be kind of younger. Maybe not. You could even be in your 30s. But you have a father or a father complex or something, and they're critical, and it's almost like you're afraid to tell them about what you're doing, because you're doing something I think is probably off the hook cool. Leave me a comment on what the fuck you're doing, Pisces. I got a feeling. But this person is kind of traditional, and what you're doing is untraditional, some sense, and you kind of know that, and it's like that's sort of crossing you. So it's maybe screwing up. Now, if this is your person in love, the same kind of thing. They would be not able to appreciate what it is you're doing. To them, it's just uh, bizarre or unwise or crazy. I mean, this could be doing some kind of energy psychic work, and most normal people coming along and saying, well, that's ridiculous, like that. Wands. Eight of Wands. Now, this is your advice. The advice is clearly, fuck it, full steam ahead. That's what the advice is. It's like, let's go, let's do it. This is your advice from the universe. Um, so it's like, again, I keep seeing this too, the skipping. It's like, I'm sorry, dad. I'm sorry, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, even, whatever, that wants to control me and has such strong opinions about how the world is really structured or should be structured. I don't give a fuck because I'm doing my thing. And I'm going to do it even with everything I got. I'm going to pour myself into this. And if it's a person, you could be going to a person. I had this too. It's like this could be moving, going to a person with this Eight of Wands who's at some kind of distance. And with this kind of energy, it makes them disapproving of what? Your choice in love. Choice in a person. The world. Because look, wow. You've got the major con of the world, which is the ending of a major cycle, and you coming in as the Fool. because you know that this is going to level you up, and you just know it. And it's like, stop trying to explain it to these people, because whoever it is, honestly, take all of your energy and pour it into this. Pour it in to this, and it's gonna work so spectacularly that it'll shut them all up. That's how that's gonna go, because you can't do better in the world. It's gonna really level you up, and if it is a relationship, it's gonna take you to a new level. You're gonna find it to be a relationship that's at a higher level, vibrational level, than other relationships you've been in before. And it's something you deserve. It's like the Fool. You took the chance for that. You kind of you earned it. You earned it by leaping off the cliff when everybody else said don't leap. So congratulations, Pisces, and thank you guys for joining me.